DJ Styles, Mike D, live on Planet Z Live. Under the Radar is live now.
It is Under the Radar and DJ Styles. Around the neighborhood, they call me a young DJ Styles. Ladies and gentlemen. And it's joined with Michael Daniel this evening out of Whiteville, North Carolina. We're broadcasting to you on a Tuesday night tonight, which is different than a Thursday night. For those into days of the week, time and temperature, this will be a change.
That is for sure.
I'm doing it on a Tuesday night, and Michael has, he's been at a rodeos. He's been at, he's gone to 3 different rodeos over the past 4 days, and you might notice his voice is a little hoarse from the excitement that he had.
I tell you what, man, going out there and rooting for them there people in that rodeo, it's been kind of difficult on my voice.
You ever been to rodeo?
Honestly, no, I haven't.
You've never been to a rodeo?
Never been to a rodeo.
Guess how many rodeos
I've been to a horse show.
What's that? What's a horse show?
It's where they take the horse and they ride him around the stable and
what do you
stuff
do?
like that.
You yell at it and stuff? What do you do? Hey, horse! Hey!
Like firecrackers at their feet. No, no, it's that's basically what they do. Is they just kind of walk the horse around the thing, and it's a show. I mean, they're showing the horse.
Guess how many rodeos I've been to?
With you, there's no telling. I'm gonna say 3.
I've been to 2. You know why?
Oh,
because I like to tell people this ain't my first rodeo, so I had to go to 2.
Isn't that funny?
That there's the kind of humor you'll get tonight on Planet Z Live's Under the Radar. And we haven't done a show in about 2 weeks. Michael has been under the weather.
Yeah, been kind of sick.
And what per se did you have? Or do you have? It sounds like you still got something going on. Where'd you catch it?
No, there's this thing that's going around, and I don't know what it is, but it's going around, and I actually caught it about a week and a half ago. And what happens is you got the congestion and all that other good stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
Well, it also takes your voice from you. And so there were several days that I actually had no voice. I could barely even talk at all. And my voice is just now starting to come back. So, yeah, I'm getting by with what I have right now. Hopefully I'll last throughout the show tonight.
And you've got the Ricolas on hand.
I do. I've got a couple of Ricolas over here.
I didn't know they still made those.
I didn't either. They shouldn't, though. These things are nasty.
What's your cough drop of preference?
I don't really know. I don't really eat them a whole lot, but the past couple of weeks I've been actually using as many as I can.
My woman, she likes those Hall's cough drops.
Hall's are pretty good, yeah.
Those menthol, whatever they are, she likes those.
I got
keeps those in a little dish. I call them my lodgins. Keeps those cough drops in a little dish. You can hear it clink every now and again. You get out of Hall's cough drop. Get that going, you know.
Yeah, you got to make sure that they're the cough drops and not the sore throat drops, though. Because otherwise they won't do nothing for your cough.
Guess what enjoyment I've had today?
I'm not sure. You tell me.
I had fun doing earlier. You remember maybe you remember this. You might. I think you're about my. And then Brent, how old are you?
I am 47.
Brent, you might remember doing something like this. So let me get my levels here. You might remember. I've been doing this for different people, making videos today. So it went like this. So it would go. Hey, what's up? This is Mike. I can't come to the phone right now. But leave your name and number at the tone. I'll talk to you later. Kevin, if this is you, call back. You know?
Dude, we used to do that in our college dorm, didn't we?
Yeah, remember doing that? Brent, did you do some of that?
Absolutely. We spent
countless
hours doing that on our own machine as well as leaving songs on other people's machines.
Yep. Call me back.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, for some reason we thought that was good to do. Well, I guess to me, I did it today. I was making little videos and putting them on people's Facebook. I would shoot with my phone and I would do that and say, "Hey, Craig's not here. Call you." I put it on their Facebook, you know.
I think it's funny that you do it on Facebook when they can actually see.
Yeah, they can see the video, you know.
That's pretty funny.
I don't know. It just came to me today. I said, oh, man, I miss doing stuff like that. But so I had to do one of those, you know.
A lot of fun stuff that we did in college days, man. It's like,
you know
check
what,
my pad. And
you know what I've realized? The older you get, the more crayons life tries to take from you. You know,
Yeah.
the more metaphorically speaking, crayons that life tries to take from you. You got to hold on to those daggum crayons.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You start out with a big box. What is it? A 64? What are the different?
64. You got 128 too, I think.
No, that's like megabytes per second. We're talking. That's kilobytes. That's streaming data. Now let's see. 64. Maybe it is. I don't know. But anyway,
Yeah.
you start out with a bunch of crayons, and then the older you get, life tries to take some of those crayons from you. It's my opinion.
My crayons are about gone.
Life's taking your crayons, man.
I don't operate with the same colors anymore.
They're just worn down to nubs.
That's
Worn
right.
down the nub. Now,
Need to
Brent,
sharpen my nub.
Brent, you have to be fairly creative to be in the music business, so to say, of writing and playing songs. And Brent, tell the folks where you're from, who you are, and all that.
So my name is Brent Stimmel. I am in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Or you live in Raleigh?
I've been living in Raleigh about 5 years, but I've spent a ton of time playing down in the Wilmington coastal area.
Which music scene do you find the most accommodating and friendly for musicians?
Wilmington for sure. It's a great community down there, and the venues are great, and there's a great group of musicians, and I would definitely put the Wilmington scene over the Raleigh scene.
Would you? What's your favorite place to play in Raleigh?
My home base is called Piper's Tavern.
Oh,
It's,
yes. I know them.
Yep, it's a good spot. They have music, 4 or 5 nights a week.
And you've played there how many? A lot of times at Piper's Tavern.
Yeah, I probably played there 20 or so times
wow.
over the past couple years.
Man, in Wilmington, where do you like to play?
In Wilmington, my home base was the Duck and Dive. Down
That sounds
on Dock
fun.
Street.
Yeah, it's a nice little place.
That place probably got a really cool T-shirt you can buy too. That sounds like a place that's got a good T-shirt. Piper's Tavern doesn't sound like a cool T-shirt, but the Duck Dynasty. Well, what would you say, Duck what?
Duck Dynasty.
Duck Dynasty.
What was it?
The Duck and Dive.
The Duck and Dive. That sounds like that'd be like a cool T-shirt to buy.
Yep.
Whack, whack.
Yep. What the Duck?
And where you?
Yeah.
Where
There
you?
you go.
That's what their T-shirt
Yeah.
is.
No, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Raleigh. Grew up in Raleigh. Moved down
Oh.
to Wilmington, and stayed there for a long time. And then ended up back in Raleigh.
High school in Wilmington.
No, high school in Raleigh.
In Raleigh. Which high school?
Broughton.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, I know that one.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, how long you been playing music?
I've been playing music for about 25 years, probably.
25 years.
That's hard to believe, isn't it?
Golly. And the first instrument was that you learned how to the guitar.
Yeah, the guitar.
And how
Like,
old were you when you
I
got
was
that
about
guitar?
14 years old.
14.
yeah.
And what made you think about getting the guitar?
I had some friends in middle school, and I was terrible at sports, and so a buddy of mine came to me and said, "Hey, man, you need to quit playing the basketball and come over here and play guitar with me." And so it seemed like a much easier path in life. And,
And you can meet the ladies, of course.
Meeting the ladies, yep, exactly.
Yeah.
That was the main motivating factor. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I hear
Can't pull
that.
your hamstring while playing guitar.
that's right. You don't blow your knee out. None
Yeah.
of that.
Now, when did you learn to, I guess, I always find it fascinating. I ask this question quite a bit. Singing and playing guitar, they seem to go hand in hand, but sometimes not.
Yeah.
What made you associate? Well, I'm playing the guitar. I must need to learn how to sing or need to sing.
Yeah, singing was really first. I was really into singing in choirs and stuff like that. So when I started learning guitar, it was so I could sing with it. And
Oh, okay.
that's why I never became a lead guitarist, because I was always strumming and singing with
Right.
with the guitar.
It's kind of interesting how that happens. It just kind of anyone who's like playing guitar, or for that goes the people that sing. A lot of them end up playing guitar because
Yeah.
of the fact that they need that accompaniment with them,
Right.
and the only other way to do it is to play it themselves.
You're the guy. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's kind of like me. I'm an only child. Brent, are you an only child?
I'm not. I've got 2 siblings.
Okay. Well, anyways, so like it's just me. You find ways to entertain yourself. It's like, well, if it's not me, that's it.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. And so that's fascinating. I always like that question. About playing guitar and singing. Like, what makes that say? You know what? I need to go ahead and sing with this guitar, other than just play the guitar.
Yeah, I think some people, when they can't sing, then that's when they become a really good guitar player.
That's right.
But if you can sing, then you stop at like the 3 or 4 chords.
Have you ever met a person who really can't sing that really thinks they can?
Oh, yeah.
And I know a couple people like that too. And they're like, man, you're a really good guitarist, but maybe the vocal for somebody else. But I don't say anything, I'm trying to. I call it appreciating the art. I call it appreciating the art. And so you have a brother and a sister. Is that right?
That's right.
Do they play any instruments?
They
Parents
do
play?
a little bit. Yeah, my brother plays a little guitar. My sister's always been involved in music. They don't do it. They don't really still do it, but they did as kids.
Did you all play together like a little family band ever?
We do now. So
Oh,
my
you
brother,
do now?
Yeah, we're actually my parents' 50th wedding anniversary this weekend, and so one of the things she wanted was all her kids and grandkids to sing together.
That's
So
awesome.
I kind of let.
What are you going to play?
What did I play on Saturday? What am I play tonight?
Oh, no. So it was this past Saturday. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Oh, it was
yes.
I thought it was this upcoming Saturday. So what did you play this past Saturday?
So we did a song called "Grandpa Was a Carpenter," which is kind of it's a John Prine song that my parents really like. Me and my brother have done it together for years.
Yeah.
My daughter sang that song by the Cranberries. Do you have to let it linger?
Linger, yeah.
Yep, that's kind of a hot item right now.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's back, huh? The Linger
Yeah,
from
well-
the Cranberries.
yeah, it's back. apparently.
Man,
It
I
always
remember.
comes back.
Yeah. And was it well received there at the event?
Oh, absolutely. Parents are easy to impress.
You ain't kidding. They like that. You probably got it on video and all that, don't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, what kind of songwriting and singing are you doing? Are you in a band or is it just you?
Tonight it's just me, but
Mm-hmm.
I do play in a band up in Raleigh.
What's the name of your band?
It's called Southeastern Sun.
Southeastern Sun.
Yeah, SUN.
Okay.
Yep. And it's a
And-
fairly new band. We're just kind of getting started. We haven't even had our first gig yet, and we're hoping to get in the studio in the next few weeks. But we've been practicing for about 8 months now.
Where are you
so-
recording?
Hopefully here at Mike's place.
Yes. Mike will give you a wonderful recording. Michael, tell him about your studio.
Well, we are a studio here in Whiteville, North Carolina, and we focus on a lot of singer-songwriter groups. But we do also do full bands and stuff. We will record the whole group, set up rough tracks, and then come in and track everything out individually. But yeah, I mean, we can do anything from voiceover work to, of course, not right now, but we do voiceover work. We'll do EPs, LPs, singles, you name it, we can do it here. So
Michael can hook you up there, Brent.
Yes.
he knows.
You can have your full
We've
band.
known each other a while, man.
How long so you've known each other a while.
Oh yeah.
How long?
Yeah. Gosh, years.
How'd you learn?
We met through Craigslist of all places.
Really?
in
Craig, is that still
2000.
around? Craigslist? That's still around?
Oh yeah.
It is. Yeah, we got together in a band called Spicy Jane a long time ago, and it was during the time that I think Brent and I both had just had our kids.
Oh, okay.
Our first kids, I think, right?
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So it was right there at that time, and the band was growing quick. It was a really good band. So yeah, we've played a couple of bands together. It's been a lot of fun.
Brent,
that
do
was
you know Michael's brother Chris Daniel?
I do not.
Oh,
I've
he
never met him.
plays there. He used to play guitar.
Yeah, he's a really good guitar player. He's I think Chris is.
He's kind of low key good. Like he doesn't talk about it, and it's kind of like when he gets it out, it's like some of the best stuff you ever seen or heard, personally. But then he doesn't talk about it. Like
Chris is an extremely good guitar
right. That's
player.
what I'm saying. Like it's
and
really good, but he doesn't like promote it.
He
like
doesn't
he's-
play out very
Right. That's what I'm
like,
saying.
at all.
Yeah. He keeps it to himself. He's a private player,
Yeah.
private dancer.
He's a private dancer.
Well, Brent, tell you what, why don't you give us a little song and we'll talk more about your music and your song. What you want to play for us? Start us out with.
All right, this is a song called "You Ought to Know."
You ought to know. And how long have you had this song around?
I've had this song. This is probably one of my older songs. I probably had this song about 15 years, I'd say.
All right. We'll take it
One
away
of
and
my
we'll come back and
classics.
talk about it.
All right.
Planet Z Live's Under the Radars. Brent Stimmel.
I'm a shepherd of the ocean. Fill my presence better than that. I told her, you ought to know me like the rising sun. Artificial horizons instead of kindness is what you find when you go looking for change. Far away from the voice of my conscience, I feel better about all the lies and the falling leaves of autumn. Time my memory, people long gone. You ought to know me better than that. I told her, you ought to know me like the rising sun. Artificial horizons instead of kindness is what you find when you go looking for change. Trouble feeling on the way down to Union Grove. He dies alone. Still it's colder, tears in winter for a soldier who didn't come home. You ought to know me better than that. I told her, you ought to know me like the rising sun. Artificial horizons instead of kindness is what you find when you go looking for change. I'm a shepherd of the ocean. Feel my presence on the rise.
Planet Z Live's Under the Radar. Sometimes I don't ever know if it's done or not. I gotta wait. Like, sometimes you get a nod, you know, but we gotta invest in cameras somehow, Mike Daniel.
I know. Somehow.
I've been thinking about how to do that, but every time I do it, it's a daunting task.
It is.
How to do that, you know?
It is.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in, some have, is Brent Stimmel on the show tonight, based out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Known Mike Daniel for about 25 years. They met in their brief stint in prison, briefly, and been friends ever since. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. He was a cellmate.
Yep. You know what we learned earlier was Little Bo Peep lost her sheep for the insurance money.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes, she did.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And Mike Daniel's recovering from sickness. Catching you up here if you just...
Hoping to last throughout the show tonight. That's the key element.
Just tuned in. Brent, tell me about that song, man. That's nice. You got a great voice, too.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I think that song's kind of a mix of different meanings. It's got, just a bunch of kind of imagery that I liked. I wouldn't say that it has a main theme, but I was living at the beach at the time, and that's kind of what inspired it. And yeah.
What's it like to live at the beach? Like, I've always thought, man, that sounds like a good thing.
It's awesome.
Is it everything?
It's super awesome.
What is it? So one thing when you say when you think living at the beach, what is it that just like that's it? That's just what the vibe is. What is the vibe?
I mean, I think the people are different. You know, I always feel like the beach kind of pulls at the edges of society. So people who want to live a different way come out to the beach.
Well, that's good imagery.
Yeah.
I like that. That's great.
I feel like it's a lot more laid back too.
Oh yeah, way more. Later.
Yeah.
Unless the people from out of town come and screw it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, when the tourists come down there, they're not the folks from the beach. They are probably uptight about where's the beach chair and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
You know, you be out there during tourist season fishing. You know, you fish the entire year. But you go out there and you go fishing that one day whenever the tourists get out there, and the first thing they ask you is, "So what you fishing for?" and it's like a fish. You know, it's an ocean. It's not like you're pinpointing exactly what fish you're looking for.
Whatever comes along down here.
That's right.
Mike, you remember that time I saw you? I was with my friend Jeremy, and we had come for dinner at the Oceanic.
Yeah.
And you were at the very end of the pier, and I don't think I knew that you were supposed to be there or going to be there.
Neither one of us did. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I told you I was coming. Whatever happened.
No,
But
you didn't even
anyways,
say you were coming. You just went to go eat, and I happened to be
something.
fishing at the end.
Yeah, I told you. I said, I think that's Mike Daniel. I said, Mike, sure as it was you. And you or someone beside you had caught this little baby shark off the pier.
That was me. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was fascinated. I won't touch one of those
Yeah.
because it has teeth, and I don't want to mess around. I got enough problems. Believe me, I got my own problems.
I got hooked up with a
Yeah.
6 foot spinner shark on the end of the Oceanic Pier.
What do? Cut the line?
No, he bit it off. He shot right out of the water and spun in the air and snapped the line.
Jeez.
And which was kind of shocking to me because it was a 50-pound test braid that I had on there.
Yeah.
And he just snapped it like it was like nothing.
Jeez. Like
And-
dental floss.
Everybody was like watching this, and they saw the shark shoot up out of the water, and all the surfers came in after that.
Oh, I bet. 'Cause people surf around that pier. If you knew what people were catching, you wouldn't be near that thing.
Yeah, if you knew what was underneath you when you're surfing,
Yeah.
more than likely nobody would be out
Brent,
there.
do you surf?
I do not. I always wanted to surf, but I never. I was always kind of afraid of what was underneath me.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Now, you fish? What kind of activities did you enjoy when you were at the beach?
Yeah, I did a lot of fishing, a lot of kayak fishing, just kayaking around. I loved ocean kayaking. Yeah,
Ocean kayaking.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Kayak in the waves.
You still got yours, Mike?
No, I had to get rid of mine because I couldn't get it up on the van anymore
Oh, yeah.
because of my back.
It's a young man's game.
Very much so.
You know what's fun?
Especially when you got like a 12-foot kayak like I had.
You know what's fun is to eat a great big meal and then get in a little kayak. Good
Might
gosh,
not
that's
get
misery. I did that one time on vacation. I got in this little kayak. My wife and I did. We just had a big meal, and you're crouched over.
Yeah.
Phew, my gosh.
It does not feel good after a while, man.
No. And Brent, tell me about your writing, about favorite piece of equipment you might use when in your capturing your writing and that kind of vibe.
I mean, I always do all my writing on a nylon string guitar. It's what I started playing.
Nylon
And so-
string, that's like
yeah,
classical kind
like
of
a classical guitar.
Yeah.
And I never played classical, but for whatever reason, that's what I learned on,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of what I still prefer to do all my creative, come up with all my ideas on. So
Well,
it's
why
kinda-
why do you think that is? The
I don't
nylon
know.
string.
I think it's just got a more subtle tone. You
More
can play it
pure?
softer. Yeah. For me, finger picking's a lot easier on it. I think it's just really what I started with, and I've always loved folk music, and it kind of lends itself to that.
You play the banjo or anything like that?
I've attempted it, but no,
Didn't work out?
Not that you'd want to hear.
Didn't work out. I like that banjo. That's a nice sound, So
I do
that's
too.
interesting. Michael, I don't think anyone's ever mentioned playing on nylon strings before.
No.
Where do you buy those strings? On Amazon? If they break, where do you get it? Amazon?
Yeah, or they have them at the regular guitar store. They have like 100 types of steel strings.
Are they
Look
more
in the corner.
expensive than nylon?
No, they're about the
traditional?
same. Yeah, they're right next to the banjo strings.
The only strings I know that are made, and then maybe they still make them, Ernie Ball.
Ernie Ball.
Yeah, is that like the only strings that are made? I just remember that's what I would get or knew about getting if I needed to know about it.
Well, it really depends on what you're playing, honestly. Because, like, on a bass, Ernie Ball is, like, if you have a Music Man, then, yeah, you use Ernie Ball because they're specifically sized for...
Who is Ernie Ball, by the way? Who is he?
He's my uncle. Nah. I don't know, man. I don't think it's an actual guy, is it? You know?
I don't know. I just knew that was what you got, you know.
I just think it's a name brand.
I always saw like the little packaging, like someone broke a string, they would get one out and said Ernie Ball on it. I didn't know who it was. I just accepted that's what you do. I know nothing about the history of why you know, but that's interesting. Now, do you do any recording at home, Brent?
A little bit, yeah.
Primitive
yeah, very primitive, just for ideas. I'm not a really good recording engineer, but yeah, to get my ideas down and come up with stuff, I do have a little home studio.
What's the first piece of home studio equipment that you ever bought?
It was a Pro Tools bundle that came with a little two.
Was it Xbox? Not Xbox.
Yeah.
M-Box.
M-Box. That was it. That was it.
Xbox.
Yes.
Yeah.
Xbox. Yeah.
I learned to record while I was playing video games.
Xbox stole from the M-Box.
M-Box. Yep.
Yeah. I remember the M-Box. The preamps were kind of iffy, but you got the software bundle. That's what you were after.
That was exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The M-Box wasn't too bad, but I remember having one of those. So that was kind of neat. So that was like a 2-channel little deal, if I remember right.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you got a microphone?
Yep, I think it's an AKG microphone. I actually still have the same old microphone that I had back then, and upgraded to like I don't know how to say it. It's like a Foscite.
Focusrite?
Focusrite. There you go. So
Michael and I, maybe Brent, you like to do sometime. We can get a 3-way phone call or whatever, Skype. Michael and I will sit around and discuss audio equipment for hours.
Yeah. Sadly
I
enough.
love nothing more in life than to sit around and talk about a microphone. I like it. I just like having microphones.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I'm a collector.
I wish I had more money to get more.
Yeah. I've got my basics that I like now. I got 1 or 2 that I still want to get. But
No Normans yet, huh?
No, not yet. Not yet. Now, Brent, tell me about any real life experiences that played a role in maybe some of your songwriting that you can think about.
And I would say just the kind of chill life of the beach really is what got me inspired for songwriting. I was living down in Oak Island when I wrote that song I just played, and it was just a really wonderful time in my life, and so it had a real easygoing feel. Yeah.
You ever go out onto the beach and
Busk.
try and write on the beach?
Well, that's what the Beach Boys did.
Yeah, I've tried it, but it's sometimes you gotta have the right weather. It's
Well, yeah,
windy.
yeah.
But yeah, I've done a lot of playing on the beach.
Got sand in my guitar. I could
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just wondered because you see a lot of movies where guys go out there with the guitar and they'll sit out there and write these songs out there, and it's like, I've always wondered about that because I've
really
never had the
works.
availability to walk out there and sit down with a guitar and do it, But and I've lived at the beach. It's just I've never had that opportunity.
Now, in college, people go into the quad with their guitar.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's where they
The
go.
quad.
Yeah, quad. They go to the quad. But at the beach, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone on the beach with an actual guitar.
I have.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But see, I'm not down there probably in like the off season where people might do that.
It's usually late at night, like after midnight.
Exactly.
That's the time for
Oh.
guitars on the beach.
Yeah.
After midnight on the beach. Isn't
Yeah,
that illegal?
and-
I thought that was illegal.
Not with not with a guitar.
Sorry, officer.
There's other things that are illegal on the
I've got
beach.
this guitar, officer. I'm well within my rights. All right, let's get another one from you, Brent. Man, what do you want to play?
All right, this one's called I Believe.
I believe, and tell me about that briefly. What you believe in?
All right. Yeah, it's just about, believing in, treating people right and kind of doing the right thing, and just, that the world could be a little bit better than it is.
I like that. And see, I've got cotillion training.
Ooh, I like it.
You ever been to cotillion?
I was a cotillion man.
Holy
myself.
cow, let's talk about cotillion after this song. Now I've met someone that we can discuss cotillion. All right, Brent,
All
take
right.
it away. Plan Z Live's Under the Radar.
I'm almost sure that she's over it, but I hope that I'll remember from time to time. Oh, bless your heart, she said, without any sort of regard for what was said before. And I believe in better things, like the fate that brings you to me. And I believe we could never be as angry as we like to seem. Cast off your ticket, it's a free ride. the only tolls your heart bigger than mine. Don't bring your conscience, it'll just lead you astray. Buy this thought for just $1.99. And I believe in better things, like the faith that brings you to me. And I believe we could never be as angry as we like to seem. Missing better days when people had their better ways, and I got more important things to say. Where the people's thoughts inside their minds are better than the ones you find, are better than the thoughts I had today. And I believe in better things, like the faith that brings you to me. And I believe we could never be as angry as we like to seem. And I believe in better things, like the faith that brings you to me. And I believe we could never be as angry as we like to seem.
That was it, ladies and gentlemen. Planet Z Live's Under the Radar. The sultry sounds of Mr. Brent Stimmel is what you're listening to. I'm, of course, a young DJ Styles, joined with Mike Daniel from Audio Scribe Studios out of Whiteville, North Carolina, where they make records, so to say. And Brent, Brent, you going to bring the whole group down there to record, or just you?
I think the whole group. Yeah, if we can get everybody scheduled.
Man. You better bring the whole group.
Yeah. How many people you got in the group?
We got 6 people in the group right now.
Mike, can you support 6 people?
Well, not all at the same time, but you know.
How many tracks are your studio? How many mics you got?
I've got enough right now where I can handle doing 4 band members all at one time to do a rough track.
Right.
And then we track out everything. So it's like once we have the rough track down, the drummer will actually come in and lay down his parts, and then the bass player will lay down their parts. And then we'll schedule out days for like the electric guitars and vocals and stuff like that, so that we can get everything on the meter.
So when you got a band, that's a fancy saying, everything on the meter. Where'd you learn that? That's fancy talk. Where'd you learn that?
That's just
that's fancy on
that's
the meter.
Engineer talk.
I like that. So when you're recording, Michael, I've never asked you about your process. If you get a band like that, 6 people in there, 5 or 6 people, a lot of different instruments. What are you doing first? And why?
The most important thing is the drum tracks.
And why is that?
Because you've got to have that foundation, the rhythmic foundation.
Right. How do they record without the instruments around them? I
have done it where the guitar player has come in and laid their guitar tracks down.
Yeah.
Just simply because the rough track, the beginning track, was so on the meter beat wise that they could actually just go in and just redo their guitar tracks, and that's the main track. So I have done that before.
You're recording, so these guys per se, Brent's group's going to come in, you're going to do the drums first.
Well, we're going to do up to about 3 or 4 different people at one time. So we'll have the bass hooked up, the drums will be mic'd, we'll have the vocals, because you got to have the vocals for the rough track.
Do a scratch track with the vocals.
Right, and then you'll have a guitar rough track as well. And everything will be a scratch track, and so you play it with a metronome or a click track, and so the click track will all be played with this. And once that's done, they go back in with the drummer, and the drummer will play his part off of what they just played.
Tell the folks what a click track is that might not know.
It's basically just a click that just is in the headphones that go.
And it keeps the timing, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's like
it
a
just-
metronome, so to say.
It's an annoying click that's in your ear the entire time that you're recording.
And drummers, if I'm correct, feel snubbed if you tell them to play to the click track, don't they?
Some of them don't
Like,
like
they don't
doing
like
it.
they don't like
Only
the
when they
restraint
can't
of
do
it.
Yeah, only when they can't do it.
Right.
Exactly,
which,
Brett.
which actually is a lot of them, because very few drummers probably, are probably used to playing with the click track.
Well, I look at it like this. There are guys that are amazing drummers, and then there's guys that are amazing studio drummers.
There's a big difference.
There's a huge difference.
Right.
There can be drummers that are just really good drummers that when you play
Right.
out live with these guys, they're unstoppable.
That's
They
because the
can come up-
timing is moving around.
Right. And
Right.
and they're good, everything's live.
Right.
But when you get into a studio situation, you need a drummer that's going to be dead set on that metronome as close as possible, because that's what gives the good timing for
Right.
the
everyone
actual
else.
recording.
Yeah, because everyone's got to build off of that.
Right.
So if it's
And
drifting, you can't keep the time and the rhythm.
that's the foundation of the song. And
Right.
so once that's there, you've got a bass player that can come in. Usually the bass player is really good with the rhythm because he's playing right along with the drummer all the time.
Yeah.
So usually it won't take long to get the drum and the bass together. Mm-hmm. And then you've got the guitar tracks. Those come later once the rhythm stuff is already set.
And Brent, is your group tight? Like you've rehearsed, practiced?
Yeah, we've been practicing for about 8 months, so it's pretty tight. Our drummer says he can play to a click. I've not seen it, but that's what he says.
Gonna put him to the test.
Yeah.
But Mike knows I can't play to a click, so I shouldn't be talking smack.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and a lot of people can't.
That's what I said. A lot of people can't do it.
It's not a bad thing to the people. It's
No.
just that there's just certain things where a lot of people don't play constantly with a
Right.
metronome.
Right.
They're usually playing with a band.
Right.
So, for instance, if I took Brent, because of the fact that he just said that he doesn't, or he's not good with a metronome, if I were to take Brent and put a drum track on here and let him play with a drum track, he would do it without a problem.
Right.
Because he's played in a band with a drummer, and so
Yeah.
he knows how to follow a drummer.
Now,
So-
speaking of this, Brent, about timing and stuff, what role does improv play in your songwriting, improvisation, so to say?
I mean, for me, it's improv is really everything. When I write a song, I improv the lyrics the first time through, and then I'll listen back and sort of write down what I hear. So that's
Right.
why a lot of times my lyrics don't have so it's a bunch of images, but there's not, it's not a clear meaning because because of kind of the process I use of sort of, of ad-libbing,
Yeah. Scatting.
scatting, and then making that make sense. Exactly.
How many songs?
I've always liked your writing style because you've got really good lyrics with your music.
How many songs do you have, like in your repertoire of originals?
I've probably got maybe 8 or 9, not a ton.
Yeah.
I've got some new ones in the works with this new project that I'm really excited about. It's got me writing again, but
Yeah.
I've probably got 8 or 9 that have, survived, and then probably 300 that are in some state of unfinished.
Yeah. Now, how do you incorporate like feedback into your songwriting? Do you play it for a few people, or don't care what they think or say, or what?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, recording it and putting it up online. And now that I've got this new group, it's got 3 songwriters in it. So we
okay.
all give each other feedback, or we'll help each other out where we're stuck. And that's been huge for me. I've always written by myself, and I've really enjoyed having other people to bounce ideas off of and be like, oh, no, let's do this instead. It's really helpful.
Let's get another one here from you, Mr. Brent. What you want to play for us?
Let's see. Let's do this one's called. This is a fairly new song called Lipstick.
Lipstick, and that's in one of the 9? Or is this the one
Yeah,
from your
this is
upcoming
one-
project?
No, this is one of the 9. Yeah,
Okay.
This is one of my 9 core ones, but this is on the newer side in the past few years here. So
All right.
I've not really put this one out yet, so it's be a good one here.
All right, Brent.
Yep.
Take it away when you're ready.
I'm pulling a fast one, get the tracks up on the train. Over double the night sky, that dance song in my brain. On the sidewalk, try to follow me home. Pack up the shit, disappear, start thinking about another show. Well, I can't hear you screaming, running, calling my again. Don't get me wrong, you're so fine. I'm about to get in love. I'll probably play a game, make you think I'm not going home. Met a girl on the sidewalk, she tried to follow me home. Every time I pick up the payphone, some girl I don't know. Well, I can hear you screaming, running, calling my name. If I can't have this, I'd rather not go through this again. Caught the man band on the corner, what you want when the palm room during the day. Man, I keep thinking that why we're still breathing is a goddamn miracle anyway. Wait just a minute, turn around and pretend that it all will be working out. Dance, trance, romance really doesn't matter just as long as you can scream and shout. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I can hear you screaming, running, calling my name. If I can't have this, I'd rather not go through this again. Well, I can hear you screaming, running, calling my name. Well, I can hear you screaming, running, calling my name.
That might be my favorite, Brent.
Oh yeah, I really like that one. I haven't ever recorded it or anything.
Whoa.
I've just kind of been keeping it on the
Michael,
side.
put an asterisk by that.
What's your influence on that one, man?
Man,
It was a late night out in downtown Wilmington, and there was a bunch of couples fighting and arguing and chasing each other down the street, and
that rough
you know,
life.
Exactly. They were just, they were having a good time, and so I kind of came home and tried to capture that after the bars let out vibe between all the couples out there.
You know what? And forgive me if I'm not right with this. You ready for this interpretation I have?
Yes.
There's the part where like dun 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 dun, dun in the what's house they go? What was that?
Yeah, I can't hear you. I can hear you screaming.
Yeah. What'd you say? Like, play a little bit right before that. I have this idea, Michael. Play a little, just with the lyrics.
Yeah.
Give me a little.
I can hear you screaming, running, calling my name.
It's like the next part of it.
If I can't have this, I'd rather not go through this again.
Here it comes. This is the part. Is that part right there? You start doing something right there.
Oh, like the little
Yeah.
Bam, man,
Yeah.
round the corner, what you
Yeah.
want on during the day. And why they keep thinking why we're still breathing is a goddamn miracle anyway.
I know.
Wait just a minute, turn around and pretend, well, it all be working out. Dance, trance, romance really doesn't matter just as long as you can scream and shout.
I think I know, Brent, the origin. And
All
correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
I'm going to go out on a limb, but that's where all the fruit is, ladies and gentlemen. Hey. I predict that when you were writing that, you were scatting that.
I was.
Holy cow! Michael.
Good guess, man. Good guess.
But it
Nice
sounds
work.
like you would just be like, you know what I mean? That you
Exactly.
you would be just scatting that.
That's exactly right.
How about that?
You were just scatterbrained.
Oh, how did I guess that? I'm
That
impressed
was
with
a
my
good
own
guess,
self
man.
at the
Yeah.
moment, man.
That's a really good guess.
Man, now what's your favorite song you've written to this day and why? And it could have been that one.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, probably my favorite one is the very first song I played. You Ought to Know. I've had that one the longest, and it's probably had the most traction. But I've got another song coming up that is so old that it actually got 1 million views on MySpace.
MySpace, is that
Yeah.
still around? I think it's still around. I
In
do.
a
I think
shell.
MySpace is actually still around. I don't know if anyone uses it, but I think it's still around.
Yep.
You got 1 million views. What was MySpace video or just audio? I can't remember.
It was just when I say
Yeah.
I meant 1 million listens, not 1 million.
Oh, okay. I
views.
couldn't remember. I thought, was that like the poor man's Facebook? I couldn't remember. But my gosh.
It had a little bit of everything on it, though. It
MySpace?
It
Michael.
wasn't just music, though.
Oh, Michael,
yeah.
you remember the Yahoo chat room?
I do.
You remember those? That was old school. You remember
I
that?
met my wife on Yahoo Chat, dude.
Did you really?
I did.
Wow.
Did
I
you really? Wait, what was your wait, Michael? Hold on. Don't give it to me. Don't give me this, Michael. I remember your screen name.
What?
Do you think I remember it? How much? You
I
wanna bet
don't.
that?
I don't know. I've got 2 of them, so it's going to be a true test for you.
Well, I only know one. All right.
What was it?
Do you think I know? Do you
Tell
think
me.
I know?
I think
You
you
ready?
do. Yeah.
Started with a C.
Oh, you might know it.
Captain Obvious.
That's right. I don't ever use it anymore, but that's yeah.
What was your other one? I don't remember. Wait, how about this? Which screen name did you meet your wife with? Was it Captain Obvious?
It was MK Drummer.
Oh, that was okay. That's your other one.
Yeah, I'm
My
pretty
wife-
sure it was either that one or Captain Obvious, but I used both of them when I was on there.
My wife still got a Yahoo email she uses.
Yeah, I do too.
She's keeping it. Yeah, I know. When I send you the link or whatever for the show, it's I'm not going to give it out, but it's at
They
Yahoo.
already know now,
Yeah,
dude.
that's true. Yeah, but my wife has a Yahoo account, and she's holding on to it. You know, Yahoo. You don't hear much about Yahoo anymore, though.
No,
Man, that was big time. The Yahoo chats and all. You remember that, Brent?
Absolutely.
My
That's awesome.
gosh. Yeah.
I
Now
honestly wish I could get rid of it. To be honest,
you get rid of what?
my Yahoo account.
You can't you? Just get another email or something,
No.
a Gmail or something.
No, too much emails come into mind that I have to have.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
So
good
if
that Yahoo.
if I switch, I've got to tell everybody, hey, this
At
is
least
what I got now.
yeah, at least they're still in business, you know.
Yeah.
I've got a Hotmail account. Remember Hotmail?
Yeah.
I still got a Hotmail account.
Yeah, if you
I
still
don't-
held on to it, didn't get hacked. You're
Yeah,
doing pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
I've still got it, and I must have one good password, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Brent, how do you know when a song's finished? Writing songs. How do you know when it's finished?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, for me, they're never finished. They're never good enough. So eventually they kind of fall into a slot after multiple versions, and then I move on to other songs. But to me, I don't know when they're finished. That's part of my.
You never know.
challenge.
You're all
That's
already
the perfectionist in you, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, or just it never feels as good enough, but I don't know, what change to make.
Always
but eventually
tweaking it. Yeah.
it sort of finds itself. I feel like songs, once you put them out there, they sort of get their own life and
Yeah.
they'll kind of find their spot.
I think my favorite so far that I've heard tonight is the last one that you just played.
Excellent.
I felt the vibe of that. And I bet with the full band behind you, that's got a whole nother life to it.
Absolutely. I have to get Mike on that. Help me bring that to life.
Michael, make sure you took notes on that.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yeah.
I'll be able to listen to it even more because we're going to have it on our podcast channel on Spotify and YouTube. So
That's right. All right, Brent, give us another one, man. Another great one.
All right. This is another slow song.
This
here.
is a slow song.
Yep.
Let me give a preface in, ladies and gentlemen, couples only on the dance floor
right.
now. Couples only.
Couple
on
skate.
all skates, same direction, and couples only on the dance floor. Mr. Brent Stimmel, name of this track?
This one's called All My Letters.
All My Letters, ladies and gentlemen. Brent Stimmel on Planet Z Live's Under the Radar.
Dance in the summer and move side to side. I won't let them get me. Now I'm coming back home. Hope you don't mind. Regrets all I have when the morning comes. I'm already ready to walk on the sun with a brand new smile. All my letters say is I'm alive, and you're so far away that I've cried. Marched in the desert and I sailed on a ship. Lost a good friend to a promise. Now I'm coming back home. Hope you don't mind. Slow to remember, but I thought of this. We can live our whole lives between men and dreams we can't find. All my letters says I'm alive, and you're so far away that I've cried. Night when I lay my head, I'm braver than I thought, but softer than I thought too. I'm coming back home. Hope you don't mind. It's hard on the body, but harder on the soul. It'll be if I let it, but I just don't know why sometimes I feel so alone. All my letters say is I'm alive, and you're so far away that I've cried. I'm coming back home. Hope you don't mind. I'm coming back home. Hope you don't mind. I'm coming back home. I hope you don't mind.
Such a great song.
I like that, Brent. I heard a couple things in there. I'm going to make a couple recommendations.
All right, let's
You ready for this? Musical recommendations of composition.
All right.
Michael, I want you to take notes and tell me how you'd record such things I'm about to bring up.
Oh, okay.
Michael, you ready?
Shoot.
You know what I'm hearing that could work?
What?
You ready for this? Brent, you ready for this idea?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Michael, you got your pen out?
Sure do.
Open up your WordPad on your computer, whatever it is. Get it ready. Because you're going to be producing this one. You ready? You know what I hear? I hear two things. Every now and again, I hear a tambourine go ting, 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 like a
Yep.
Your ideas on that, Mike? What do you think? I got another idea, too. I got one that's going to blow you away in a second, too.
I believe this song is actually already recorded.
No. Well, you know how you can improve it?
You can actually listen to it on Spotify, man.
You have the tambourine, and we're talking about maybe we can improve it. You put a little tambourine, a little Now, you ready for the one that's going to blow you away, Michael? I want you to tell me how you'd record this. You ready?
Okay.
A whisk broom on a wood floor.
A whisk broom on a wood floor.
I like that. I like that.
You could actually take a condenser, small diaphragm microphone and put it up at the floor or put it down on the floor and record it right there.
How close would you get to the broom with the microphone?
It depends on the volume.
Brent, what do you think about that? A little whisk broom.
I like that. I like
Just
that.
sweeping in the background with a little bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Holy cow, that gave me chills just now with that recommendation.
And on your tambourine idea, I forgot to mention I have a gimmick when I play live that I play a tambourine with my foot.
I was
while
going
I'm
to say,
playing,
I bet,
so
yeah.
I could make that happen.
Ching, ching, it's like just every now and again, playing. But then I wonder if any whisk broom players out there, who plays the whisk broom?
So you see somebody come across, you're like, I focus on that instrument. I've always played that For the past 30 years, I've been playing a whisk broom.
What do you do for a living? I'm known as a whisk broom player in a lot of classic folk music tracks.
I'm a professional whisk broom player.
What do you mean? I lock in the rhythm on a whisk broom. I've got 3 different whisk brooms here with me. One's from Lowe's, one's from Home Depot. A cheaper one from Walmart for a different effect.
And on my off nights, I play a trash can.
I play the whisk broom on a couple, but my band. Now, Brent, just write that down. If you get a new song coming, you add that whisk broom in the background a little.
Yep.
You know,
I
just a little bit of a sweeping rhythm in the background.
I think that could be cool.
That'd be cool.
It's like better than a shaker.
Yeah, because
there
it's
you go.
unique. It's unique, and it gives it some flavor that you don't get normally. Just my creative idea that came to me when you're playing. I heard a whisk broom just kind of sweeping, and then of course a tambourine hit on every now and then, like
the feeling just swept over you.
yeah,
huh?
with a lot of reverb and infrequent, but a lot of reverb when you hear it. You know, and then the whisk broom, more tight, but yet distant, with just maybe a hint of reverb, but not too much. You want a little bit dry.
Yeah, I like that. It's like your grandma sweeping.
Yes,
off the
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I
You're right,
recorded my
Michael. You're right.
grandma.
Michael, you ever recorded the whisk broom on a track before?
I can honestly say I have not.
This could be your first. Brent,
It could.
you got anybody in the band that can play that whisk broom?
I don't know. I'll have to put that out there.
I think
Yeah.
Brent could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get one, you gotta have a special case for it. Whisk broom case.
Yes.
Hey, nice.
Or you could clip a lapel onto it, Mike. What do you think? Lapel mic.
I get too much bumpy.
You
bumpy
think? Yeah, you're
sound.
probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. That's just my idea, ladies and gentlemen. On the show tonight, we've had Brent Stimmel from Raleigh, North Carolina. Brent, where can we find your music? Where can we find you online? And when you playing next? All that.
Yeah.
What you got?
So you can find me by Googling Brent Stimmel. I'm on Spotify and YouTube Music and all those sites. And you can find my website that's got all my shows on it. I think the next one is, I believe, next Saturday at Piper's Tavern.
Next Saturday at Piper's Tavern here up in Raleigh, North Carolina. Now, you're local to me. If you ever want to, I do recording. I don't do what Michael does. I'm more of a captured in the moment live recording kind of person.
Oh, I like that.
I got a 32-bit float 6-track recorder. It's a mic, so you can't get it wrong, really. You know.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff
I
there.
just got that, but I don't have a studio. See, Mike's got a studio.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I love playing live too. I think, I don't know if back in the day they even had a click track, but it's
Yeah.
I think it's interesting, different ways to record.
Yeah, Tom Petty recorded nothing but live. I think Incubus were all
Yeah.
live.
Beatles were all live, yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins, I think, were a lot of people back then you had to record live because you didn't have enough tracks anyway.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it captures the real sound, the
Yeah.
energy of the band.
Yeah.
I think.
And a lot of times I find the rawer the music, the better the vibe. Like if you try to polish it up too much, it doesn't sound like what you want to listen to. You've cleaned it up too much.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's why you
that's
need that
too
whisk
perfect.
broom. You
That's
need that
one thing you
perfect.
got to be careful about is the overproducing
Yeah.
aspect of things too. Sometimes you can just go down this long rabbit
Mm-hmm.
hole of I can do this because
Yeah.
it sounds so good.
Yep.
But you got to think about should you do that
That's right.
because
Just
you could be
you
hurting
can.
the music.
Yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
That's right.
And people like that raw vibe because music is not meant to be perfect. Life is not perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, write that down. Whisk broom, right? What I just told you down, I already forgot. All right, this will rebroadcast. Let's see, today's Tuesday. This upcoming weekend will rebroadcast on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night from 8 to 9. And then the podcast will be released on planetzlive.com. You can go there and listen. And on the YouTube as well, which Michael handles. And we hope to start improving that in the next month or two. And hopefully I'm still looking for you a camera, Michael. I've been
It'd be
bidding.
kind of cool to actually get video going on.
I've been bidding on. All right, Brent, I appreciate your time tonight, man, and safe travels, and hope to catch you up here sometime.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, great music. Brent Stimmel, ladies and gentlemen, support him online. And Michael,
Yep.
show next week? I can't recall.
Yeah, I think we do have a show next week.
All right, Michael.
Give me just a second. I can
Michael-
actually tell you who it is.
Michael will hopefully be well and full power. Give us full power next week. Hopefully, we're Kind of
Yeah.
alternating between Tuesday and Thursday nights now a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be Thursday. It's going to be Scotty Luke.
Scotty Luke. We find
He was
that,
supposed to be here this past week, but
You're
because
sick.
I was sick and I had absolutely no voice,
right.
we had to cancel for it. So he's coming in on the 13th for that show.
Now, you are aware I could have carried the programming. Even though
You could have.
could have. See, in my broadcast manual, it's chapter 14. It's called.
But I was actually still sick
I
too.
know, I'm just playing with you.
Yeah, so that
But it is in my
that
chapter.
wouldn't
It
work
is,
out.
it is in my book, chapter 14.
Chapter
called-
14, the
yep.
show must go on.
Yeah, that is
Yep.
a very similar title. I can't remember the exact title of that chapter, but very much the show must go on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've run out of things to talk about. Michael has too. And Brent, I appreciate your time tonight, man. And great music and wonderful stuff. I look forward to hearing what Michael will record with you.
Absolutely. Yep.
Me too.
Keep it coming.
That's right, man. Good music night. All right, Planet Z Live's Under the Radar. We will catch you next week on Under the Radar. Myself and Mike Daniel and Brent, you have yourself a good night, man.
You too, buddy.
All right, buddy.